The whole conversation around BTS being underappreciated in South Korea has gotten so big that even Korean journalists are now openly asking why the country's biggest cultural success story faces so much criticism at home. No, seriously. We're talking about a group that sells out stadiums worldwide, generates billions in economic impact, and performs at some of the biggest events on the planet, and yet they still get blamed for things that aren't even their fault. And honestly, that's exactly what one Korean journalist was saying. According to him, the issue isn't that BTS are failing, it's that they're being made the scapegoat for everyone else's shortcomings, and here's where things get complicated. One big example he talked about was the whole Gwanghwamun comeback. Remember when some people called BTS's comeback a disappointment because it didn't hit that 260,000 people mark? Well, according to this journalist, that number wasn't even set by BTS or HYBE. It was actually a number from police safety planning, just a maximum estimate of how many people the area could handle if things got crowded. In short, it wasn't a target, it wasn't a prediction, it was just a safety limit, but somehow that number got twisted into a measure of failure for BTS. So when fewer people showed up than that emergency number, critics acted like BTS had somehow flopped, which honestly makes no sense. Think about it. If a stadium's emergency capacity is 100,000 and 70,000 show up, no one would usually call that a failure. But that's basically what happened with BTS. And that's not even the wildest part. While critics were fixated on a disappointing turnout, local businesses were actually thriving. Convenience stores were selling out, hotels were packed, and international fans poured in. But the headlines kept spinning to negativity, and that's where the journalist says the frustration really sits. BTS are constantly judged through the most cynical lens, and honestly, the Busan hotel situation is a perfect example. The moment BTS announced their concerts, hotel prices reportedly skyrocketed. Rooms that used to cost about 80,000 won suddenly shot up to millions. People were furious. It got so out of hand that government officials had to step in, looking for alternative places for fans to stay. And here's the thing that really stood out. According to the journalist, businesses were quick to profit from BTS, but when things went sideways, people just turned around and blamed BTS. Like, how are BTS responsible for hotel owners jacking up prices? They're not the one setting the room rates, they're not the one canceling reservations, and they're also not the one running the hotels. But somehow, the conversation kept circling back to them. Even RM addressed it. He said it broke his heart seeing Busan constantly in the headlines for these accommodation issues. Jimin also said he felt sad because he just wanted fans to leave Busan with good memories, and that puts them in a really tough spot. If they don't speak up, people ask why they're silent. If they do, they get accused of interfering. It's a no-win situation.